Well, right now it's time to get those legal questions answered. You can go ahead and call us if you haven't already. The number 256-536-0077. You can text us, by the way, at that same number. Either way, Michael Timberlake with our friends over at Timberlake League and Brooks right here to answer your questions. So first of all, thank you so much, Michael, for being here with us today.
Well, it's always a pleasure.
While we wait for that first call, let's talk about a very timely topic here in North Alabama, high-speed chases. And of course, there are some factors at play here legally.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you hear about this situation, it's usually something that tragic has occurred, and we're very sorry for the people that have, been affected by this. From a legal perspective, what we, would look at is, what is the liability of the police? What does the law say about, the people that are injured or, God forbid, the families that are seeking compensation for this situation? Unfortunately, when you look at the situation, there is a large amount of immunity that applies to police officers in this situation. They have what we legally call discretionary immunity, which means that if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing under the circumstances, which means in a high-speed chase situation, they're using audible sirens, they're using lights, and they're not doing something that is just unreasonably dangerous, to the point of recklessness, then they are going to have what we call discretionary immunity or state agent immunity. They're not going to be held to be individually liable for this situation.
Now, when you are chasing another vehicle, you're not the only entity involved here that might put other people in danger. The person driving this other car is also creating a risk. Where does that factor in?
Well, clearly the car, the other car that's running from the police, they have liability as well. They have their factor into the situation. But as far as the state agent immunity, it's limited. But if you can prove that the police officer was violating some public rule, policy or public or department policy with regarding chase, either it's for a minor offense or it's in a crowded area, in a city area, sometimes there are policies. If you can find that the officer violated those policies, then the officer can be responsible. Now, the city themselves have immunity if the officer has immunity.
Wow. We do have a caller.
Okay.
Just telling me. I believe we have Joseph. Joseph, is that right? Are you on the line, Joseph?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead
Yes,
with your question.
I was wondering if I'd ask Mr. Timberlake if there is a statute of limitations to create a slip and fall lawsuit.
Yeah, in Alabama, for adults, the statute of limitations is 2 years from the date or of the injury. So if you have to have a lawsuit filed in the courthouse within 2 years of the date of the injury, and that's kind of the same for most injuries in Alabama.
And may I ask, how was the date of that injury documented? Does it require a medical visit?
It doesn't require any kind of medical visit. It just requires there to be some proof that the incident occurred on that date. It can be even the victims, the person that was injured. Their own statement that it happened on this date creates, the claim in and of itself. Starts the clock ticking.
And back to our topic.
Sure.
While we wait for another caller, again, 256-536-0077 if you'd like to give us a call or text us. But back to our topic, these high-speed police chases and the dangers that come with them and also the responsibilities and liabilities.
Yeah, I mean, so we were talking a little bit about, the individual officer's responsibility, liability, the person that's being chased responsibility. Then you can look at the city themselves and the municipality themselves. They are largely immune from this type of situation. However, even if they're immune because the officer has discretionary immunity, if you can look at it in terms of, did they do something that could be deemed to be unconstitutional? Did they have a policy in effect that basically encouraged this type of activity, high-speed chases outside their jurisdiction, high-speed chases for minor offenses? Did they do something to perpetuate this type of thing? There was a wreck in Priceville from Priceville officer in Huntsville recently. There was a wreck. This was all the way through Hartselle into the town. So there's some questions here about whether the policies are appropriate and whether the city may have liability in the situation.
All right, Michael, as always, thank you so much. And of course, we thank you. Talk about the blog real quickly.
Yeah, we have a blog if you have general information. A lot of the questions that people call in with or the answers are on our blog. You can go to our website at www.lawinjury.com and read for yourself.
Good to have you with us. Always good to see you. And we'll be right back.